Hi, I'm Mr. H. I am a guest today on Math Madness, hosted by Life with Miss H. This is geared mainly towards my algebra group. While they are working at home or wherever they're quarantined at, I am practicing safe distancing, social distancing, because I live with the video recorder, so therefore we are not contagious to each other yet. We're going to be learning today how to graph parabolas, and I want to take you through how to find the vertex as well as two additional points on a parabola to graph them. Let's get started. You got to find the vertex and find additional points. Your additional points have to be an equal distance from the line of symmetry, and your line of symmetry is a vertical line that passes through the x value of the vertex. Your vertex is your xy as usual. And the only difference is with a parabola, you find your vertex for the x being a negative b divided by 2a, and then your y is a function of x. And it also gives you your minimum or maximum points. So basically, you're going to use negative b over 2a to find x, then substitute the value of x into your equation to find y. And here's our first example. We're going to work y equals x squared plus 6x plus 11. I've condensed my coordinate plane to only the quadrant, which is 2, that I need for this example. Not always will they fall in quadrant 2. It's just by a stroke of luck and mad genius that it falls in quadrant 2, all of this one. All right, so very first step is our vertex. We're going to take the equation y equals x squared plus 6x plus 11. You have your a, your b, and your c. Okay. All right, after you label your a, b, and c, you're going to pull off x negative b over 2a. So from that, I want to have x equals negative 6 over 2 times 1. I want to get negative 6 over 2, and my x equals negative 3. To get y, I'm going to let y equals x squared plus 6x plus 11. And I want to replace all my x's with my negative 3, because that is what x equals. Surprise, surprise. Y equals 9 plus negative 18. You also could rewrite that as minus 18, whichever one is better. But just not to confuse anybody, just letting you see where everything comes from. Y equals negative 9 plus 11, y equals 2. All right, so that would gives me my vertex is at negative 3, 2. So I come to my graph, I'm going to go to the left 3 to negative 3 and then up to 2. And I want to draw a nice, beautiful dot, Bob Ross style, right at negative 3, 2. And then I want to draw an axis of symmetry that cuts through negative 3 because that's the x value of the vertex. And then that will split my parabola in half. So basically what would happen as I graph different points, they'll be the same distance from your vertex on each side of this axis of symmetry. Not always will it look like that when I graph it, because where I did not measure nice and neat, it could look a little bit not halved, but it is. All right, so to find two additional points, this is step 2. These will be same distance from your line of symmetry. So I'm going to do y equals the x squared plus 6x plus 11. The more you write something, the more likely you are to remember it. To get your additional points, you have to select an x value. This will be the same distance on each side of the line of symmetry. I'm going to pick -1. I'm going to substitute that into my equation that I started with. And then I'm going to get a -1 squared plus 6 times -1 plus 11. That's going to give me y equals 1 plus -6 plus 11. 1 plus -6 is a -5 plus 11, which gives me 6. So my additional point would be at 1, -1, 6. So I come to -1 up to 6. Put a nice pretty dot. That's going to give you a nice curve to your parabola. And then, since -1 is 2 spots away from -3, so 1, 2, I also can come to -5 because it's also 1, 2 spots away up to 6 and put my other point. And that gives me the other nice curve to my parabola. You can visualize if you come up from -4, it would hit about here, and up to -2 would hit right here. And you have graphed your first parabola. You can draw a pretty little tree over here with a nice pretty bird flying in the distance as well, to really drive home your parabola. Love you all. Stay safe. Bye, Algebra Group. Make sure you like this video. Thumbs up it. Subscribe to Life of Mrs. H. I'll give you 5 bonus points. Could be 1,000,000 bonus points in this time of disaster. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm gonna laugh. I gotta give it a good drink. I get my DiCaprio on. You can do this.
All right, ready?
No, it's still kind of hot. I'm nervous. This is the first time. First time I'm doing a video.
First time's the hardest.
Okay. Guest on Life with Mrs. H.
For the Math Madness.
For math. Okay. So I'm a guest on Math Madness with Life with Miss H. Hosted by Life with Miss H. Because you're a host.
Okay.
So I'm a guest on Madness Mondays, Madness Math, Math Madness. Which one?
All right, ready?
I think so.
Okay, ready?
I started laughing again. Every time I get going,
Just go. Just go.
I can't. Huh?
Just go.
We ready?
Yep.
Do I need to say I'm Mr. H?
Sure.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay. Quit smiling at me
Okay.
like you're distracted. You're kind of distracting me
Okay.
right now.
All right. Do you want to use a tripod?
What?
Do you want to use the tripod?
No, because
So I'm out of the room?
No, that's weird.
Okay.
Because then I'd have to hold it like this and it'd be horrible.
Okay.
Or I could just
That's what I do.
but then it'd be upside down. I can't write upside
You
down.
did it in front of you.
Huh? Right here?
Mhm.
Then how's it getting me to start with? Don't make no sense. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We going?
Yep.
Ready?
Ready,
Going?
set, go.
Ready, set, go. So I'm going to substitute in, oh man, I've messed up.